most astounding fact
The most astounding fact
is the knowledge that the atoms that comprise life on Earth, the atoms that make up the human body, are traceable to the crucibles.
Neil? Neil deGrasse Tyson? What are you doing here? Neil, I love you and all, but this isn't your story to tell. Oh, hi there. My name is Katherine Johnson, and this is my story. For those of you who do not know, the months of February and October are celebrated as African American History Months. I guess you could say I pertain to the category of being one of those vital people of history that you rarely ever hear about. Until as of late, no one acknowledged me or even knew of me, and I've only recently got a relevant status as I was awarded for all my hard work. But we'll get to that later. I was born in 1918 to Joshua and Joylette Coleman in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Early on, my parents emphasized the importance of an education. Since I can remember, I have always excelled at math. I was known to all my professors for asking a ton of questions, and not because I didn't know the answer, rather because I understood the question that needed to be asked, so that the other people could understand the math being taught. I was ready for high school at the age of 10, but White Sulphur did not allow colored people to attend high school. So, my family moved to Institute, a nearby city. At the age of 15, I attended West Virginia State College and took every math course offered. My professor encouraged me to pursue a career that I so desperately wanted in mathematics. He even created a course just for me called Analytic Geometry. Oh, how I love analytic geometry. I graduated summa cum laude in 1937 with degrees in math and French when I was just 18. I really wanted to pursue the career of becoming a research mathematician, a path that was unfortunately closed for many African Americans, especially African American women. Another problem was that my husband had been diagnosed with cancer, and I couldn't take the risk of having a non-successful career and not being able to support my family. As a result, I decided to give up my dreams for a little, while hopefully I taught. During a family gathering, one of my relatives mentioned something that made my heart skip a beat. They said that the National Advisory Committee of Aeronautics, better known as NACA, and recently known as NASA, was looking for new people to hire and had recently opened departments for African American women. They were looking to hire in the guidance and navigation department. We were nicknamed computers in skirts and segregated by race and further by gender. I had questions, so many questions, about how did these calculations work and other mathematical inquiries. So I started going to the researchers' meetings in search of answers. Of course, there was protest about my gender and race, to which I made this incredibly intelligent argument that there were no rules against my gender attending these meetings. Later in my career, the white male flight mechanics branch needed help. They selected me, yes, me, to work with them due to my expertise in analytic geometry. I cannot express how grateful I am for my professor who created that course just for me. In 1950, I was approached to work in the spacecraft control branch, and I worked as an aerospace technician until the year of 1986. During those years, I calculated the trajectory for the first American space flight, known as the Freedom 7 of 1959. I calculated the launch window of the 1961 Mercury mission, plotted the navigational chart for astronauts in case of an electrical failure, verified in 1962 the numbers of John Glenn's orbit around the Earth per his request, calculated the trajectory of the 1969 Apollo 11 flight to the moon, and helped retrieve the crew of the Apollo 13 flight of 1970, thanks to my prior work in planning navigational charts in just 4 days. I retired from NASA in 1986. I've only recently started to get publicly acknowledged, such as in 2015, President Obama, better known as my best friend, rightfully awarded me with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and in 2016, I was awarded the Silver Snoopy Award. I even have my own movie. Like, how awesome is that? It's called Hidden Figures, and it came out in 2017. You should really check it out. It's the bomb diggity. Trust me, it's worth it.
So we are editing the animation currently.
Yeah, we're like recording everything.
Recording the audio. I'll show you in 1 second. Okay, so here's the recordings, and the script is on the other page. If you just flip the screen.
There you go.
Yeah, there's the script, and we could both be at the same time, like editing and just revising stuff. And it's split up by category of the frame.
Yeah, we split it up in sections in order to record it properly, and then we use those recordings to match them with the number, which we will use this to find the slide.
Yep. So we have a very organized system. Don't mind the sour.